That's, I don't know what it means. Who does not love an elephant? They say elephant in Russian. Slon? Slon. Slon.
Mother needs to teach them manners. If mother's like, but the mother work with them, teach them to become one, and become very, very dangerous because like
Every generation teenagers but I think it's such a separation of lives that
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Shkan Tuesday, huh? Shkan Tuesday. Okay, guys, we're doing the elephant. You ready? Elephant.
anybody's coming, somebody's coming, come first.
Okay. We did not start.
It's really covered a lot of animals.
Thanks. Okay, we're on the elephant. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. You guys know about this book, right? I just have so much cards to tone because I get about 95% of what I give out from this book. It's on Pershare. The only thing I do is like I do look up the Psukim, sometimes not always. If it's from the Tanakh, less so. Tehillim, I have Art Scroll and I have Rav Hirsch. It's just great. It's just really. I don't obviously quote everything that she says because we don't have the time for it. But I try to give you what I, to give you a good taste of what she gets over. And she also has a share on Chart Anytime. You can't see her face, it bothers me. It's hard for me to just listen to audio. Anyway, so we have the elephant who is not like, how can you like ever like look at an elephant and go, huh? And then walk, I can't like, even like if you're in the zoo, passing the elephants, like many people, oh, there's an elephant. Like, it's just,
You can't keep walking.
yeah, you have to look at elephants. It's humongous.
My husband will put on the Nature Channel and the elephants. Just watching.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's like,
Yeah,
I
they're
get
pretty
that
cool.
you could just,
They're large.
They say elephants
They're
have amazing
smart.
memory.
They say, yeah,
They're fascinating.
yeah, smart, and they're the only ones who have this thing on the trunk. It's crazy appendage. You can imagine if we had that.
A trunk like that?
Yeah.
No.
You get something from Maya. Yeah, Dumbo, right? No, I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't put that in mind. Anyway, so here's some pictures. Hello. Also, if you every once in a while I see these clips, and my kids send me these clips of like they're very dedicated. Like if one little elephant's not feeling well, and the whole herd stays and helps that elephant. You know, like they're very, yeah. Look it up. They're very, very good. Okay, so what does the elephant say? It's like, I would choose this, like would say, like so many different creatures, like if you would say, okay, which message would you give to that creature? I don't know. But this is like, yeah, this one is like, we could just even turn the page because it's so obvious. So what does he say? Magaduma secha Hashem secha. How great are your works, Hashem? Your thoughts are exceedingly deep, which is so, yeah. You know. So I don't always read from this because sometimes it overlaps or whatever. But sometimes when I read the article one, I really like what it says. First of all, this typical Tillim was written by Adam Rishon. And I'm not going to go into this whole thing, but we know that Adam Rishon named the animals, right? So he looked at the peel and said, hey, Yud Lam.
I think this is a share for Shabbos.
Am I going to say yeah.
The daily shares.
Maybe, yeah. It's 92.6. The elephant is the largest land animal.
What does Hebrew name for elephant?
Peel, which of course is related to the word Ella, which is a wonder.
Which is what?
A wonder.
So what was the word that you said?
Peel.
Yeah. Related to Ella.
That's where they got Pella.
Pella.
It's
And
like a wonder.
it's a wonder. And the word Pella.
That's where the word telephone comes from.
Oh, really?
Because when it came out, it was like such a wonder. Like that's telephone. They named it telephone.
How interesting is that?
No. While I don't know if you guys have oven for Pesach. Most of us do now because for a few shekels you can get yourself an oven for Pesach. If you make lots of cakes nowadays, you can buy an oven for 200 shekels. But before that, okay, well, I've made a lot of cakes and cookies and stuff. So we used to have wonder pots, which were disasters.
Came out.
They were a disaster. I came out, I was like traumatized by making cakes in a wonder pot. Basically, you had to cover the entire thing with baking paper or tinfoil because you weren't going to get the cake out of it. It was just tinfoil. It was like you served it from anyways. So it was called the wonder pot, and in Hebrew it was called sir.
They made it up because Israelis didn't have ovens. They only had stoves.
Yeah.
So they had.
What are we talking about? Was it 1950?
No, when I first came here, we all had
Or when,
sir.
like,
30 years
or
ago.
like when I was in your cousin. Yes. Yeah, no, when I was in your cousin. We didn't have ovens. So in your cousin, was the one who got it.
Kashma, I think Kashma was more expensive. Everything was more expensive.
Yeah, it was very.
There's all these yummy
import
chicken
tab,
recipes
the
on
import
top.
tabs.
I make cocoa on top. Don't ask.
That's what. That's
Yeah.
Well, that's
And the
why
one,
you're shopping cocoa.
Yeah.
It's stuff. The things that made things that you didn't need an oven for.
yeah. And the word Pella is Hey Lamed Hey. Hey Lamed Aleph. Anyways, you switch around the words. I'm not going to go into this, but I don't know it well enough. But if you go to Tomer Devorah, we'll talk to you that it's the word Aleph. And Aleph, you know, like whatever. So it's like this whole thing. Aleph is Hashem and the wonder of Hashem and all that. But it's all in there in Tomer Devorah. Very interesting,
And to
deep
think that
stuff.
the elephant merited to have this root, this name.
Yeah. So she says here, he says, I don't know, pictures or written accounts can barely compare one to the sight of the 7-ton, 12-foot high animal. Despite
7 tons?
Wow.
Yeah. Despite its enormous size, it can gallop at great speeds. No other creature has anything like its boneless, 100,000 muscle trunk that is at once dexterous and powerful. One of the most intelligent of all animals, I'm saying. The elephant is trained to serve man in countless ways. Its very being is a song to Hashem's great deeds and profound thoughts. That's what I just felt. I felt like.
But in India, they ride them.
Yeah, we did too. The Greeks, right? The Hanukkah wars.
Well, that's what it just said here.
Yeah.
But people also kill them for their tusks, which is very painful to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Tana Debei Eliyahu Rabbah says on this pasuk Magalu Masech Hashem that there are many, many species of animals, birds, and fish, yet no species sound, look, or taste exactly alike. Right? So that's why it says when we say Magalu Masech, we could really say that about
Yeah, they will.
okay, that basically when we say Marubu Masech, right? Or Magadlu Masech, whatever. It's just like when we look around and we're supposed to appreciate all of Hashem's wonders, right? That it's really, I think it's so amazing that birds never crash into each other. Now, probably there's an explanation for that they have something, but they never, ever
crash into a window.
right.
Yes, they're not into themselves.
And then also there was another one, one time she said you could do on a rainy day, if the kids are all fetching, it's raining, there's nothing to do, I'm so bored. She said, or you could do this. Look, everybody, come and stand in front of the window. Look at the raindrops. They're all coming down and they don't hit each other. And they're each one, and it is, right? Snowflakes, the same thing, right? So it's really,
I never thought that.
yeah, but that's I think one of the points of Parak Shira is that we're supposed to look at all the things that Hashem made and just be, wow. And if Hashem can do that, and sometimes I'll have a problem that seems like, really, how am I going to get out of this one? Or even like somebody said to me recently, a kid doesn't want to go through shidduchim. She doesn't want to go through the shidduch thing. I said, Hashem can find her zivuk. Hashem will find it. Maybe I know somebody that a shidduch. I don't know. Is that considered a shidduch? If I know, I said, that I know this guy. And so whatever. The bottom line is, if Hashem can do all these different things, Hashem is going to find her daughter. And after she's engaged, I'll tell you it is. After she finds her. You know what I mean? Like, Hashem can handle it.
I just want to say, if anybody ever can, B'ezrat Hashem, when we can go to the Hula Valley when it's the bird migration, if you have ever seen hundreds of thousands of birds at Shkia, and they don't crash into it.
I still don't understand. I've been into Tiberia.
November they were closed.
I went to Tiberia recently a couple of times, and the birds make like these V formations, and they're going, and then you see one is a little. I'm like, who's like leading this thing? Are they?
You see, I saw it out my window the other day.
Yeah. It's just it really is. It's mind. It's like, do they both?
And how do they know where to go? How do they know?
Right. Yeah.
How do they know?
It says when
what do they have designed to do? Why all of a sudden they cannot resist but go?
Yeah, they're teva.
This is just amazing.
You guys probably don't know about salmon. You guys know anything?
Right, they go upstream.
How do you guys? I just know that because I grew up in Vancouver.
They go upstream against the water.
Right.
Against the water.
They have this instinct. Hashem gave them instincts.
Right.
What to do. They didn't have
So he says that when a man mints coins from a mold, they're all identical. But although Hashem minted all men in the mold of Adam, no two men look exactly alike. And it really is. The fingerprints.
No, billions and billions.
Yeah.
No one alike.
Right.
Just
It is mind-boggling. I mean, how many? Yeah. So the Radak says when it says exceedingly profound are your thoughts. One perplexing question is, why did Hashem create the world when he did, rather than earlier or later? The only answer for such a query is that Hashem's will is utterly beyond our grasp. So it's just like there's so many questions like this. So many questions. I guess I could cry, which is not so unlikely. I say to Helen every day, I say, I go through the book. Every day I say other children for certain things and for certain people, but what I've done since the war is I have my sticker and I go through the Tehillim so that I'm just constantly saying Tehillim for the soldiers and the hostages. So I get to this pasuk, I think was it number 10. It says, Hashem, why do you hide your face? And there's people who are having issues that, why is Hashem doing this? why does it have to be so much suffering? And I'm like, I need an answer. I need an answer because very recently, a couple of my good friends said, I'm angry at Hashem.
Bringing this war on?
And for all the suffering and another pigu one, and then you want to listen to a person, you don't want to say, no, that's me. But that's
Of course
not,
you are.
yeah.
Of course you are, because we have a relationship with Hashem. It
Shows that you have a relationship.
Relationship with God to be
Right. I'm interrupting myself, but YY Jacobson has this great thing where somebody was saying, I'm an atheist. So tell me about your being atheist. I'm angry that Hashem is this and Hashem is that. Oh, I don't think you're an atheist. Hashem is this, Hashem is that. No, that's not from an atheist. That's from an angry Jew. Let's just get our term. So anyway, so I read these, so I thought I gotta look up this pasuk. Yeah, why does Hashem hide his face from us? So I didn't like what I saw about, it was like, because we don't understand Hashem until Hashem comes. But I didn't like that, because how am I going to say that to friends if I want to get them pizza? And then I saw a Perush that I've seen before. Why? Because there's a pasuk, there's a parakatilim that they say Esther Malka said, which I totally recommend to learn it, and people say it on firm. Keli Keli Lama Azavtani. Hashem Hashem. Why have you?
Psalm 22.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
Right.
Hashem Hashem, why saying it?
That they say that there's a measure that Esther, like after the huge decision that she's going to go to Achashverosh, which is like, actually, I think it was last year, we could look it up. Rabbi YY did a sertone to show you what it means. Basically, think of any Jewish woman going to Hitler's bedrooms. You have to understand what it means when she went to Ashverosh. She didn't just go, "Hi, sweetheart. Can you like?" Yeah, that puts it into. No one less. No one less. No one.
Gail did it. Gail.
Yeah, we have a lot of people.
Wow.
I once had this, I'm interrupting myself again. I once had this discussion with Ricky Kaplan, who was like, I really look up to her a lot. You guys know who she is, right? Who is it? Ricky Kaplan. I said, if somebody would picture Sudeikis in their mind, what would you say? Say, this quiet, sneeze woman sitting there with her Tehillim. I said,
necessarily.
Rivka was not like that. And then she started saying, Yael was not like that.
Yep.
Yehudis was not like that.
Esther wasn't.
We just kept going on and on about, no, sorry, no. Like we had,
But I want to go back to what you were saying about your friend, the one who's angry. On October 7th and months prior, we were placed that Israel has been in, not in our lifetime, and heading to God only knows what, between the secular, the religious, the right, and the left. Okay? Hamas gave us a gift and united us, number one. Number two, you be angry at God. We have no clue what else could have happened besides this out. Because when I was with my group, we were shown a film made by Hezbollah, who was planning, made by Hezbollah.
They were supposed to invade Muslims from the north and do the same thing in the north.
In Nahariya, we saw the film they made. They were coming from on the land in ATVs. They were coming from the tunnels underneath, and they were coming from boats from the ocean on the Mediterranean to completely surround Nahariya, completely take over Nahariya, and do the same thing that they did in the south.
Right.
So
I think
we have no clue how God saved us. We have no clue what this is about in the bigger picture. And I've said this to people, where's God? And that's my answer.
Right, very good. Very good. So also somebody said to Rabbi Bashkin, how could this have happened on Simple Star? And he said, can you imagine if it didn't happen on Simple Star? It's like, wow. All the Torah, all the, how much, it could have been so much work, but because it happened on Simple Star, it could have been like, it could have been a Yeshua for us, a good, like a good defense for us that it did happen. So basically, on Shabbos, we have no. So basically,
That's right.
So we don't know
how much
anything.
time we were safe
Right.
crossing the road.
Right. So like some people there's people like, I don't even know why I'm here. And I think sometimes it's the Sahara because we will never know why we're here because they want me here to do Torah mitzvahs. And I don't know what I accomplished.
She's
I need to leave anyway. So.
she's so great.
Good. So basically when okay, she told me. So basically what I want to say is that when Esther Malka says Lama Adatani, so you should read it not why have you forgiven. So what happened? I just want to remind you that she's going to Shverosh, and on the way she has to go through a hallway with idols. So in a place of idols, her Ruach HaKodesh is taken away from her. So now she's alone, and she's like, why? What? Now you're going to leave me? So the thing is, don't read Lama. Why read Lama? For what? It's a whole game changer.
Oh, for
what?
What's the purpose of
What
what's
is
the
the purpose? Like we could already, like you said, we're not happy with that it happened. We're not happy.
Right.
So
When you're saying why, you're like putting it on Hashem.
Right.
When you say for what?
Right. What am I
putting it on
supposed to
yourself? What
learn
am
from
I
this?
supposed to
Right,
do?
don't ask what the country can do
Right.
for you.
Right.
Ask what you
Right.
can do.
What I-
No, YY also says that.
And when
Right.
you say why, you can't understand. You know, you're just like sitting there helpless with nothing to do.
Right.
You say for what?
Yeah.
Then you
You're an
You're
active
empowering
soldier.
yourself
Yeah.
now. Now you're
you know
empowering
that
Yeah.
you're like that's you know that you're like the soldiers have such high morale now because they're doing they're doing right. They know what they're doing is right. Whatever their morale.
Actually, Alisheva was just saying, like, I don't know so much about the Vietnam War, except for the movies I saw, which makes it sound like we just went in there and a whole bunch of American young kids died. That's all I know, really.
That's
But she was saying, she's saying now is we didn't not American. The Americans didn't really have a agenda. They were just doing it. The Vietnamese had an agenda.
It was right.
That's what it comes,
right.
like you
That's
really
right.
have to believe
That's
in,
right.
and I think, I've asked my kids who've been there in the war. Now, I said to them, when you hear B'yachad and Netzeach, and is it really like that there? He said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're to do their
get
job.
it. They get it.
They're not
So
there
when you're
because
saying for what, and then you're meaning it for purpose.
Right.
Right.
Right. And this is such an, this is like
Right.
such a high
the Jews,
tool.
the Jews in the desert, you're talking about like the golden calf, and they disappeared. They thought Moshe Rabbeinu was
Right.
dead, and they thought like that's it.
Right.
And then you have also the time when the Jews went to the banquet, was celebrating with the face because she hadn't been
Right.
rebuilt. It was also missing from the Hashem.
Right.
Also, Hashem didn't fill those pots. Now we have to get along with the Persians. We're like in their mercy. We better go to the banquet
Right.
and make good with them.
Right.
So it was also kind of like giving into the spirit. The Jews in the desert had some kind of they had to like dig for their own food and their own water. They were really busy having to work for survival. They were had a purpose. They went to like time to overthink
Right,
and despair. And then they
right.
found so much. They were building the golden calf. Let's do something.
Let's do
They
something.
did something, and then that made me feel good because
Right.
they were doing something. We feel
Right.
better when we have something.
Yes.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know
Empower
this. I didn't realize that really. I just learned this, and I don't know if everyone agrees with this, but that the golden calf was not a replacement for Hashem.
It was a replacement for Moshe Rabbeinu.
Right, of course. Yeah.
So it's like it's not 100% of what is or even.
Yes,
Well, it
yes,
is.
it
It's
is.
still
I mean, you're not allowed
is.
to do that calf. Right.
Way was there started.
Yeah, I
Because
shouldn't say
people
that.
did
Right.
believe part of it. They said like we need to integrate.
Right. Right.
Then the stone
Right.
thing is the integrator.
Right. Right.
And then it degenerated.
Right.
Then it sliped slope, and then
Right.
people started
Right.
believing
Right.
that the piece of wood was
Right.
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 Well,
Yeah.
the Goyim
But when it-
believe in JC.
Right.
Yeah. So it's,
Right.
yes, it's still bad.
And this verse, my God, forsaking me, that is a very Christian verse. And like JC said that
Oh, really?
But he was a Jew. He was a Jew.
You don't think of it like that.
But he was a Jew. He wasn't a goy. He
I
was a Jew.
don't know. I always thought that was Christian also.
I know.
I saw that it was like
Because it comes from us.
yeah, and I saw that I was like it was in Hebrew. Wow.
Correct.
You want to know something? I wasn't sure if I was going to mention this. It goes so slow over here, but if you guys don't care. My husband told me this incredible Gemara this morning. Unkelus, you know what Unkelus is?
Yeah.
He translated the Torah into Aramaic. What? And he was a ger. So he had a dream. At first, he went to Titus. We're talking about three.
Titus Titus.
Yeah, three goyim or sha'im. First he went to Titus, and he said, "Are the Jews right?" He said, "Yes." He said, "So should I convert?" He said, "No, do whatever you can, just kill them off, whatever." Then he had a dream. Yeah. Then he had a dream about Bilam. And he said, "Were the Jews right?" Bill said, "Yes." He said, "So should I convert?" He said, "No, wipe them up, curse them." And then he had a dream about JC. He said, "Are the Jews right?" This is a Gemara.
No.
And he said, "Are the Jews right?" And JC said, "Yes." And he said, "Then should I convert?" And he said, "Yes." It's a Jew. So, like my husband was saying, a goy is a goy is a goy is a goy. Even after they die, and even if they know the truth, they'll still say, "Don't convert, kill them." But JC said, "Yes, you should convert." And all three of them.
Is that why they killed him?
No, this after he died. This is a dream. Yeah. The difference is that JC was a Jew.
Right.
So he knew the truth. So after he died, yes.
He didn't.
He never said kill the Jews.
Right, and he was not a he was not a goy. He didn't
And
he changed his religion.
Yeah, that's what they did to him after he died.
He wasn't as big a heretic as the people that
Right.
followed him.
Exactly.
Before him.
No, but that's exactly right. I did a faith on him in college.
Oh wow.
And I was in a philosophy class about who would you ever want to meet, and I said him because the word religion was not in my dictionary at that point, but I always felt like more Jews were killed in his name when he was a Jew who didn't preach to be a goy. And it was how would he feel?
They said each one of these.
All these people, Jews, were murdered.
Right, so there you go.
His family were in his name when it wasn't him who preached it.
So each one of these three people were responsible for the three cardinal sins. What are they? Shvichas damim, murdering, Giliarias.
What's that?
Immorality. Immorality is Bilam. He had relations with his donkey. Giliarias is Titus, and the other one is Vodazora, and that would be JC. And then so each one of them, what? She was Damim, Giliarias. Giliarias is Bilam. She was Damim, Titus, and Vodazora.
That's JC.
No,
Wow. Yeah.
I know, I wake up this morning, my husband's like, "Did you say because of Torah?" I'm like, "No," because he wanted to tell me this. But I didn't say because of Torah yet. I said, "No," and the ship's coming to us at 10 to 9. I got to take a shower down, and I had to get up. And then after, "Did you say," he's like, "Did you say because of Torah?" I'm like, "Okay, now I'm drinking my coffee." I said, "Okay, Bart." I said, because of Torah, what?
Wow. Wow.
He's learning this. Actually, it's the Maharal who brought this Gemara. There's a sefer on the Maharal. Yeah.
But you see, nothing's changed because here, like you just said, nobody wants to. You know the truth, but it doesn't matter. You know the truth, you invent, and it's exactly the same today.
And I'll tell you something. It's a little bit painful because I have people in my life who are very people in my. When I say people in my life, people that are the most important people to me.
Your A circle.
Yeah. So right, and who are arguing Yiddishkeit, And to me, it's very simple. As soon as they know the truth, they're going to be like, "Okay, gotta wear tzitzis, gotta wear kippah, gotta," it's not like, "Okay, so it's true." okay, fine. It's not like that. We're not like that. We're not that kind of people. We're like, it's true.
You gotta make changes.
Yeah.
You gotta
So this thing about Mama could help you so many times. The bank hours are until 10 o'clock. You get there 2 minutes to 10 and it's closed. But it's not right. It's supposed to be open to, or
Right.
5 to 10.
Right.
Post office, 5 to 10 and they're closed. You're
Right.
like, so Lama, okay, I'm not supposed to go to the post office now. Some things you know why, something no, another 5 minutes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or the next time when you do go to the post office, oh, now I'm going to the post office next to Judy's house. Like now I have time to go visit Judy. Whatever, but if we could try and put the Lama into our lives, can you imagine how much we could get out of it? Okay, Shelley.
But it's the difference of victim versus
Yeah.
empowerment.
Yeah.
That's the bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Victim or empowerment.
And there are
nobody.
and also
Friends are questioning, they're feeling victimized right now.
Right.
That's why they're despair.
Right.
So one of them, for example, I could say, because you'll never guess who it is, because I think a lot of women feel this way, but it's like the giving and giving and giving that a mother and wife does. Like everybody else is happy. Why? Because she makes sure everybody's happy. Whether it's like all the food and the laundry and vacation and whatever, she's constantly giving. And she's like, what about me? Where am I in all this? Like you say,
Well, you do have to know how to give to yourself also.
Exactly. Exactly.
Giving yourself the words,
Exactly.
give out.
You do. Yeah.
And you need to teach your children and your family to also
Take care of themselves, yeah.
learn how to give. You need to teach them how to give. So
Yeah.
so they will have a happy life when they get older, because giving is happiness.
I don't
you
know
don't
if it's
learn
the
how to
new
receive it,
generation, but I'm learning from my daughter-in-law.
You're not
Ooh,
teaching.
my daughter-in-laws, it's a different generation. They know when to say, I need a break. You're watching the kids, or I want this or that. And I'm like, you guys are great. Yeah.
Interesting.
Never would I've done, like, my husband's learning, I have to could
Yeah, those
kids are
days are
crying,
gone.
I could be
Those days are gone.
yeah. No, my
Interesting.
husband's learning. Even now I have to stop saying, my husband's learning, okay, Bara, can you take a break? Whatever. Can I have like a little bit of time, or what, or can you sweep the floor? Like when I was sick a couple weeks ago, I was like, should I ask him to sweep the floor? Should I? Or should I not? Like they would be like, sweep the floor, I don't feel well. It's important. It's not tzedekis. You have to know. So the Malbim says Hashem is constantly supervising and controlling every detail of creation, yet he has designed the universe so that all his actions are hidden deep beneath the cloak of nature, right? It says your thoughts are exceedingly deep, right? It's a test to determine whether man will strive to detect Hashem beneath his concealment or to live his life in accordance with the divine plan. I mean, that's the Purim story. The Purim story is like Shem's name is not there. Shem is always there. I think I told you this last time that the Maharal says, that some people say when it says Hamelech that sometimes it refers to Hashem, and he says no, it always refers to Hashem. Because no matter who it is, like I was just talking to somebody recently about how somebody in her life is like being very difficult and condescending. And I said, you have to realize it's not that person. This is from Hashem. I'm not saying that you just take it and anything, but it's from Hashem. Look past that person. It talks about Shaar HaBitachon, also for the good. Instead of going, oh my gosh, thank you, you saved me. You thank the person, you have a kadosh tov. And you don't forget to thank Hashem for sending that person in your life. Everything.
I forget a lot of times, but waiting for the next thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. But everything that we do, this is the way Hashem has created the world.
They wait for you to throw your stuff in the car.
I know.
And then there's other ones that don't go sit down. I put everything in the car.
Yeah, I know, it's an amazing thing. But it's really keeping in mind that we do live in Astapani. We live in a very hidden world, but it's up to us. And just all these miracle stories that are coming out, also because of the war and stuff like that, to show that Hashem is totally here. He is not abandoned. He's here. actually one of these people who was telling me this story, and then she told me, and I actually have to ask her to remind me of this crazy story that happened to her that showed amazing practice how it says Achrei Sreifa Ish Bracha or Shefa or something like that. And if you ask people who had any serious fire, they see that amazing shefa that come afterwards. Amazing. I got pregnant. I was 43 years old. And I remember my son who got burned, like, some people talk about being when they're pregnant, some people don't, whatever. So I had a big belly, and my son who got burned said, Ima, do you have a baby in your Beten? And I said, I have a baby in my Beten. It's from you. Your merit that that son got badly burned. And I was told after Sreifa Yesh Bracha or Yesh whatever. And also, so this other friend of mine said it was her second marriage, and she had a fire, and she got pregnant afterwards. And she was also in her 40s, and she didn't get pregnant right away, but she was in her 40s. It was like within the year. Yeah, so. It says in the Gemara, the one who sees an elephant, a monkey, or a vulture says the bracha, blessed he who creates different creatures. I didn't write it or whatever.
Elephant, a monkey,
Yeah, I'm sure it's in there. I'm sure I got it in there. How would I know that? Yeah. If you see an elephant, a monkey, or a vulture, you say, yeah. So she carry it up here.
I wonder why.
What do you say? So what do you say? Sorry. Oh, Amar Ruch Mishneh at the Briut. Write it down. Ruch Mishneh at the Briut, which means blessed he who creates different creatures. Yeah. I know.
Monkey and elephant are different. So like a vulture, what is a vulture?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. So it says the ways of Hashem, the ways of Hashem that are gadol, great, are at the same time ma'od right? So there's two words, unfathomable, right? We said magalu masaka. We said your works are great, and then we also said that they're very deep. So what does it mean that they're also great and also deep? Is only with instruction from the Torah can we come to appreciate some of the calculations of Shem, but it's like all the stuff that we're talking about, basically, how it's great and it's amazing. It's also very, very deep. The different things that go on in the Hashgacha practice that go on that from A to get from what you want to get accomplished until it gets accomplished. So all the different things that Hashem could to arrange is an incredible thing. I use the shidduchim a lot of times as an example because everybody has a shidduch story. Everybody is just like, everybody's story is crazy. And like, when I wasn't married, I was like, how am I going to get married? I'm not parents looking for me. How's it going to happen? Okay, so to make the long story short, I went to the seminary, and the cook in the seminary used to live in Providence and knew my husband and said to my husband, come to Tzfat, there's a seminary for single girls. Bali Tshuva, come to Muncie. And that's how we met. And he was supposed to go with a friend of mine. Yeah. But she have a friend. She became a professional shotgun after that. And he was supposed to go out with my friend who fell and hurt her leg. And then I was unbelievable. Okay, so everybody has their stories. I remember like yesterday, I was leaving the seminary. She said, call me tonight, I have an idea. And I said to her, okay, tell me about this tzaddik. Because they always say he's a tzaddik. That's why I said, okay, so tell me about this. And they told me that he was a Bostoner Chassid, not a Breslover. She got it wrong, but whatever. I just like, okay, fine, I won't go into it, even though you guys would love it. But anyways, we went up Friday night, came to Muncie, we went up Friday night. He came to somebody, I ate at somebody's house for Shabbos, and then he came dessert time, and then they left. We talked, and then there was Shabbat, and then Motzi Shabbos we went out again. We went to a hotel lobby because that's what people do. And by the way, after the first date, I did not want to go with him again. But he didn't. You're supposed to say thank you very much, and then go to the shop then and tell them what you think. But he didn't do that. He asked me to my face, "You want to go out again?" So I wanted to say no.
That's why you go to the shop, so you don't
Exactly. So what was I supposed to do? So we went out low to Shabbos and we got lost. We started seeing signs to Montreal, whatever. Anyway, it was a very funny story. We went to a hotel lobby. It was packed with people. And then, I'm sorry, I have to tell you, it's just such a great story. So he said, "Okay, get a drink." I said, "Okay, so what does a nice Jewish girl get?" Diet Coke. So I ordered Diet Coke. He goes, "No, get a drink. So he says, "What does a nice Jewish girl from Montreal get?" A Molson. You guys know what Molson is? Beer? A Molson, Canadian beer. So I said, "No, get a Heineken." So we always make jokes. I said, "I wanted a Diet Coke." He said, "I wanted a Molson." He said, "What's your problem? Leave me alone." Anyways, it's very funny, right? So then at one point I went to the bathroom. I looked at my watch.
How soon can I get out of here?
Quarter of 3
in the morning?
To 3. And this was winter. This is like he slept. So Shabbos was, yeah. So I came back and I said to him, I said, "What time do you think it is?" But I know, like 12 or something. He goes, I said, "It's of course." He goes, "What?" He stands up and starts asking people that. I said, "Why didn't you believe me?" There's like another. Why didn't you believe me? What is this? He starts asking him, And then we get into the car, and this part made me go la land. He said, get into the car, and he said, "It's a Hasidic Shemin. I can tell a Baal Shem Tov story, Motzi Shabbos." And he told me about Shem Tov. I was just like he was so mocked with that to get his Baal Shem. Anyway, so then we went Sunday afternoon. We went out, and then so that was 3, right? And then then I moved to Crown Heights. That next Sunday we went out, and we actually did not have a very good date. It was Hanukkah time, so all the Chabadnikim were around. It was the second night of Hanukkah. All the Chabadnik team had their menorahs on their cars, and I was totally taken with it afterwards, and everything goes. And he was like, "Who knows? You think people confirm because of that?" Like, it was not like a great date. And then, right, and we were in Borough Park, and he stops the car and he says, "Want to ask you something?" And I said, "Am I going to get upset? Like I didn't know, like, what's he going to do? Like, say he doesn't think this is going to work?" He goes, "I hope not." And then he proposed. Oh, 10 days. I know. 10 days. 10 days. 10 days. Yeah. Not 10 dates. 10 days.
Yeah, 3 days. That's actually long.
Right. So then I said, "What was my answer?" My answer was, "Go Daven Mincha." He was like stressed because he thought I was just going to say yes and everything. So he went to Daven Mincha and Myra, whatever, and he said before he left, he said, "If you have like any questions or concerns, so So then when he left, I said, "Hashem, I know you're not allowed to ask for miracles, but can you show me a sign?" So then he said something. I said, he asked me like, "What's my concerns?" or something like that. And I said, "So what are my concerns?" Like, So he had said something about money. I can't remember what. So then I thought, I'm going to ask him about money. So anyways, when he came into the car, he came in, he said, "And if you're worried about money," wow. We make jokes now because I was so taken. I don't remember the second part of the sentence. No, you're right. So he probably said something like, "You're worried about the money. You're a smart girl. If you're worried about the money, there is." But like we don't, because I was just like, not believable. And then I said yes, and he said, "I'm very happy. I'm very, very." I mean, what do you do? You're a Swedish guy. What are you supposed to say? And then we went to David Sears' house. You know David Sears, right? He wrote David Sears. He wrote books. Actually, no, he didn't write. He did the art for a lot of books. So we went to his house. He was, and we get there, and what's Berkshire? We're walking into his apartment with a girl, So he said, "Oh, so this is my colleague." "Oh, well, that's so nice. How long have you been engaged?" "Oh, about 10 minutes." I said, "Can I call my mother?" Shira says, "Yeah, sure, Shira." She said, "Yeah, sure." I pick up the phone. I said, "I'd like to make a call." Shira hanged up the phone. She goes, "Do not call your mother collect to tell her you're engaged." And then my mother said, "So does he have money?"
First question.
Yeah, well, anyways, the truth of the matter is, then that we Montreal, we did the fort and everything like that. The fort was partials of bow. We do that, whatever. Anyway, so we're in the store. We were in a store, whatever, where I used to work, and somebody's asking me the story, and I'm telling the story, and then my mother's back on her. There has to be.
How long do you know her?
Missed now she's crying. You knew him 10 days. Oh, so he's going to cancel his whole thing. You married somebody you knew 10. It's a crazy story, right? It's a crazy story. Yeah, it's almost worth it that it happened just so I get to tell it over again.
Well, my parents were so, my first daughter got engaged and they had only had 2 meetings. And I didn't really know how fast the process was. I told my mother, she's to meet someone ever and it's going to go very, very fast. She said, "Oh, how long is it?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks." I thought that really sounded really fast. And then like the meetings were already saying, drawing it out, move faster. And like within a couple of days, she was engaged. I called my parents up. They were so angry. They were just sort of, "How can you do this? How can you marry your daughter off? They've only met 2 times. How can you do this?" And they were like, so my mother called her friend in America to complain about her crazy daughter, whatever. And her second, friend that she's like been, years and years and years, expecting to get sympathy. And so her friend said to her, like, "What are you going to do? Meet in a bar? You want to really find a husband that way? Get picked up in a bar? Whatever you want. That's better. Do you know what the divorce rate is here in America? How low the divorce rate is in the Pacific?" She was like, "What are you complaining about?" My mother called me back. She was like, "I didn't get any sympathy from my best friend."
Doba.
It's so funny because my parents went on a blind date. And so they like, "What's wrong? We're on a blind date."
It's like,
And that one week, I was trying to like save my mother. I said, "I met this guy and I really like him." She's like, "Whatever." Like boyfriends, before. Right? No, Mom, I really like him. Anyway, so yeah.
How many years ago?
33.
Yeah.
It says in the Gemara Shabbos, there's 5 fears that the weak cast over the mighty. The dread of the mafkia, and I don't know what that is, and she didn't explain it. It's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of animal over the lion. The dread of the mosquito over the peel. You guys know this?
Mosquito over the what?
Over the elephant.
Apparently the mosquito really bothers the elephant.
Yeah. The ability to tame and control, but the ability to tame or control an elephant is symbolic of the power of the weak over the mighty. The fact that we could control or tame a elephant who's afraid of a mosquito.
Well, aren't they very sensitive to hearing elephants? Maybe the buzz of the mosquito drives them
Maybe.
crazy.
So hold on a second. So it says that the fight, it says Ben Yehoda. The commentary on the Gemara says that the 5 fears represent the 5 nations that ruled over Israel. Okay, for the word dread, Ema and Uma are very similar, right? Uma is nation, Ema is dread. They said that really it's the same thing. First, then we had the nation Babel, right? Nebuchadnezzar, who's called a lion. In the end, their power was annulled, right? Then we had the exile of Greece, whose wars are famed from the use of elephants, right? And this too was annulled. Therefore, the fear of the mosquito over the elephant, right? It says perhaps the greatest pella wonder of the elephant is how a small mosquito can overcome a great elephant, and a small nation can overcome a world power. The powerful Seleucid rulers had a vast empire and army, yet they were defeated by the tiny band of Hashmonaim. Okay, so this is obviously when we learn about these animals and their greatness and stuff, we're trying to figure out why they put it in Perek. What we're supposed to learn from it is it's like I keep saying it all the time about how Perek is so relevant to what's going on now. But you know what? It is. it is. But it calls over and over. We're always having our enemies. So it says in the Gemara that all types of animals are suspicious signs for a dream, except an elephant, a monkey, and a long-tailed monkey. hold on a second, but Rav, but did Rav not say that a miracle will be performed when one sees an elephant in a dream? This refers to a case where it's saddled, or while that same refers to a case where it's not saddled. So if you, in case you're wondering if you see an elephant in a dream, what it means, you should try to remember. What? Most of the time you not.
You have to pay attention to your dream.
Pay attention to your dream. Yeah. It says that
Next time you dream of an elephant, tell us.
yeah.
Right.
A miracle will be performed to one who sees an elephant in a dream. But this is in a case where it's saddled, where this refers to a case where it's saddled, while that statement refers to a case where it's not saddled. So I guess it depends on saddled or not, but whether you're gonna see a miracle. I mean, probably we're all gonna dream about elephants tonight. Because we're gonna get ourselves
Saddled
elephants. I mean, a lot of times we've seen saddled elephants to go to a place
in
where.
India. Oh
Yeah, no, but where they go like elephant
In a
riding.
circle, those real pretty blankets.
Yeah. I remember in my childhood somewhere going to this place and you had to go up these stairs to get to.
Go on an elephant.
Yeah. Well, because how would you get on it? It's so
I
high up.
never saw anybody go on an elephant except
Like
like
it was
in a
like,
movie.
$5 and you go in and see boo, like that.
A horse, yes, not an elephant.
Elephant
Or a
rides.
camel.
Right.
No,
Camel.
right.
I rode an elephant.
Camels, right.
I rode an elephant with my
Where?
husband took our picture.
Where?
In Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a little.
Wow.
What was that?
I think there was a blanket we said. There probably wasn't. I think there was a sack. Yeah, you had to pay and then you got to run.
Should we stop? Should we go on? It's
12
12
o'clock.
Okay, next one is the lion.
12:30.
No, there's a break now. We came for lunch and then at 12:30.
Yeah.
12:30 this class.
On the Gilzaster?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, where? Yeah,